I'll see if the playthrough I watched talked about having to fix Gabriel Knight. Yeah, it won't launch in full screen, and not even like tiny, not even like half screen. It will only launch like in the tiniest little box that I just can't play with. I don't know why. I can get it to launch, but it's just like the tiniest box, and the game doesn't have options. It's weird. Yeah, it's smaller than Game Boy Advance size. Oh, I didn't realise the newest Sherlock Holmes games was a remake of a previous one, but it's been like reworked. So I played the second to newest one, it's like chapter 1 Sherlock Holmes, and I really, really did not like the combat. It was like, I'm not very good at defensive combat in games, and you can't be offensive because you're not meant to be killing people. You're meant to be the good guy. Well, let's go. Amateur, please.
What time is it?
Late.
Savannah? Is that you? What's wrong?
I got a case for you.
Can it wait until later?
I'm sorry, it can't. There's been a kidnapping. A girl just a little older than you.
Shouldn't the police be taking care of this?
There's only so much they can do, and she needs to be found before something bad happens.
What do you mean?
The call came in for me, but I can't go. Thornton Hall is a dangerous place for people like me.
Ghost hunters, you mean? So people think it's haunted?
They know. Jesslyn needs someone who ain't afraid to run after her. That ain't me. What I'm asking of you is dangerous.
After everything you did for me in Japan, I'll do it.
Thank you. Drive to the airport now. I'll arrange a ticket. And Nancy, I didn't call you just because you're a good detective. I called you because you're a skeptic. Thornton Hall is no place for anyone who believes.
Well, then you called the right detective.
I'm serious. You think long and hard about that before you get on that plane. If what you find on the island is going to get to you, don't go. Stay home.
Don't worry, I'm on the case.
You sure about this?
I am.
Watch yourself around the Thorntons. They earn their bad reputation.
Well, thanks for being concerned. I should be okay.
Well, it depends who's here. Hope for your sake Wade's not skulking around. Or that loony bin reject Harper. But it's Charlotte you best watch for. Black Rock Island belongs to her now. Has ever since the night the fire took her. Take care now.
Okay. All I know about the Sherlock Holmes games is the teleporting Watson. Yeah. And that's terrifying. And Pal tried to play one on PS3 and the character got stuck on almost every doorway. Oh god. Yeah, I played one on my Xbox because I got it for like £1. I can't remember. I didn't like that one very much. But I've got The Devil's Daughter, which is meant to be everybody's favourite. But the teleporting Watson is genuinely terrifying. Especially when you're like in tunnels. Why would you live here? I love trees, but at this point, cut them down. I hate to say it. But cut these down and plant some nicer ones, please.
Jessalyn?
Excuse me?
Sorry. Of course you're not. I'm just tired.
No, don't be. I'm Nancy.
You're here to help?
Savannah Woodham called me in. She seems to think there's a supernatural explanation to Jessalyn's disappearance.
A couple of days back, that would have earned an eye roll. I'm Colton, the fiancé. Welcome to Thornton Hall. I'd extend you all the courtesies of the Thornton clan, but we seem to be about 20 years too late for that. You might need this. I found it in the house.
So I'm just thinking, like, so the last game we just finished playing and this one like came out like 10 years apart, and the difference.
Is this Jessalyn's?
Yeah, it's dead though, and the charger got mangled by something. Maybe you could channel all that inquisitive energy into seeing if you can get that old phone back up and running.
Were you and Jessalyn getting married soon?
Yes?
Any chance this is just pre-wedding jitters?
She might have had second thoughts about the wedding. Trust me, everyone does. But she never let anyone worry about her like this. She loved her family more than anything.
Is it safe to assume you had second thoughts about the wedding?
I never said that.
True, but you implied it. You said, trust me, everyone does.
I know. I remember it like it was just moments ago.
Alright, what's your name?
Goodbye.
Who even are you? Look at him standing there, hand on hip. Oh my god, she just kicked the door down.
You must be Nancy.
Yes, you must be Clara, Jessalyn's mother.
Yes.
I want you to know that I'm here to help you with anything you need.
That's real sweet, hon.
I know you may not want me here since you didn't actually call me yourself.
So long as you help me find Jessalyn, you're welcome under what's left of my roof here.
Who did Jessalyn come here with?
Addison. I tried talking to her, but she was a wreck. Here.
Addison Hammond.
She'll have calmed down a bit by now. I hope.
What do you think happened to Jessalyn?
You wouldn't know by the look of this dump, but we're worth a great deal of money. Well, that's what I thought this was. But then, no. Not yet, at least. I can't believe I'm praying for a ransom note to show up. It's like someone's trying to punish us.
Why do you say that?
Thornton Hall was once something truly beautiful. But so much greed and tragedy built up in these walls that when they started to crumble, I wanted to save this place, make it mine. But I couldn't. So whoever took Jessie wanted us to sit here in this broken down old house waiting for her.
Is there any chance Jessalyn's disappearance could be cold feet?
My Jessie would never put her family through this nightmare, never.
Were things good between Colton and Jessalyn?
They had their rows and their romantic dinners, same as any couple. Colton had some... well, hon, he had some issues, but they worked through them.
You mentioned that Colton had some issues. What did you mean?
To put it delicately, family issues. Never you mind, it has nothing to do with what's going on now.
Why is everyone here? Shouldn't we be out searching for Jessalyn?
I closed down the company. The entire staff is out combing the woods. I said, sit home or join the search. You get paid either way. Not a soul stayed home. Jessalyn grew up in the business. She's got a lot of people looking out for her. I can be thankful for that. The police recommended a presence here. They said we'd have a better chance of noticing if something was off here, knowing the place and all.
See you later.
Take care.
Okay. Espionage in a bonnet. Female secret agents of the Civil War. Nice. In 1794, Eli Whitney changed the course of US history when he invented the cotton gin, a machine which performed the quick separation of cotton seeds from the cotton itself. This labor-saving device revolutionized the plantation economy of the South, cementing its dependence on slavery and setting the country on the path to civil war. When the first shots of the war were fired in 1861, both the Union and the Confederacy turned to espionage to try to gain the upper hand. The famous generals and leaders of the war are well remembered today, but they couldn't have accomplished what they did without the female spies who played a shadowy part in obtaining state secrets. Yeah, buckle in. Rose Greenhow. Wild Rose Greenhow was a member of Washington's elite society and loyal to the South. When war broke out, she used her social connections to obtain classified information, which she then passed along in code to the Confederacy. Intelligence gathered by Rose was hidden in the hair of a female courier, and this helped General P.G.T. Beauregard win the First Battle of Bull Run. Though she was later watched by the Union and eventually placed under house arrest, Rose continued her intelligence work and became one of the most renowned female spies of the war. Shame about the side she was on. Harriet Tubman, best known for her role in leading slaves to freedom through the Underground Railroad. Harriet Tubman also served as a spy for the Union while working as a nurse in South Carolina. She recruited former slaves to act as scouts who collected intelligence on the location and movement of rebel troops, reporting this back to the Union. Yay. Belle Boyd. Maria Belle Boyd came to the attention of the Confederacy early in the war when she shot and killed a Union soldier who had threatened her mother. Although only 17, her confidence and wish for vengeance led her to become a spy. Belle found that the flirtatious behaviour which was cause for concern among her peers could be used to advantage as an undercover femme fatale. After beguiling Union soldiers into telling her classified information, she forwarded this intelligence to the Confederacy. Belle became a courier herself, even personally delivering messages to General T.J. Stonewall Jackson. She was arrested repeatedly but refused to let incarceration stop her and remained a Confederate spy throughout the war. Okay. Elizabeth Van Lew. A prominent Virginian, Elizabeth Van Lew was proud of her roots but opposed to both slavery and secession. When Union prisoners arrived at Richmond's Libby prison, Elizabeth succeeded in gaining permission to bring books, food, and medicine to the incarcerated men. Information passed between Elizabeth and the prisoners through secret compartments in dishes and hidden messages in books. When the Union heard of her work, they quickly recruited Elizabeth as an official spy. With her Richmond connections in society and the prison, as well as her personal network of agents, Elizabeth sent her intelligence work to General Ulysses S. Grant, written in codes and invisible ink, providing invaluable information to the Union cause. Yay! Sarah Emma Emmons. Sarah Emma Emmons was one of approximately 400 women who fought in the Civil War as a man. Cutting her hair short, adopting men's clothes, and taking the alias Franklin Thompson, Sarah joined the Union Army's 2nd Michigan Infantry. She initially served as a male nurse, but soon turned her talents at undercover work to spying. Wearing elaborate guises from an Irish woman to a male slave, she infiltrated Confederate lines. She maintained her persona as Franklin Thomas until she contracted malaria and had to leave the army for medical treatment, since seeking help with an army doctor would have revealed her true identity. Sarah eventually received an honourable discharge from the army with a bonus and a pension under her true name, and was the sole woman member admitted to the Grand Army of the Republic following the war. These women and countless others played a critical part for both the Union and Confederate causes. The female agents of the Civil War used the spy tech of the 1860s, such as ciphers, invisible inks, oh gosh, that's what it's going to be all about, isn't it? Secret compartments, and even the rumoured self-destructor, which would destroy its own contents if opened incorrectly, to prove that women were as capable as men when it came to espionage. Two books in a row. This one's been scratched out. What's... Do we know what this is? This looks more like journaling. I'm just going to take a drink. Does anyone, like, notice that you can, like, talk normally for hours, but the minute you have to read something officially, your throat starts to hurt? The years of plenty would soon be upon the Thornton clan, but they would not come without a price. Ooh, I love the music. In order to keep a close watch on the production facility, Jeb had a small factory built on the Blackrock property. He did not foresee the potentially disastrous possibilities. When the winds grew cold and the waves made passage back to the mainland difficult, the workers were granted permission to stay overnight in the factory. The reader's curse. Something happened and none survived. Sarah was the first to enter the factory the morning after the accident and never recovered from the shock of what she found within. Many within the town held Sarah in high regard for her kind, open nature. The employees in particular had an unwavering appreciation for Sarah, who had taken on the role of caregiver once the factory moved onto the island, affectionately calling her Nana. She'd visited the factory twice a day with bread and treats, even offering a warm bed in the main house to any employee who fell ill. Shortly after the tragedy, Jeb began construction of a housing unit for inclement weather and immediately restaffed the factory, despite Sarah's wishes. While Jeb seemed justifiably upset, he was determined to maintain the family business no matter what. When the new employees arrived on the island, Sarah retired to her room, refusing to leave until her death a few years later. It's been said that a handwritten note found in her pocket read, "We have sown the black seeds of death, and forevermore will harvest only blood." Evidence suggests that this note may have been fabricated, but the chilling message remains a popular element of Thornton lore. So something happened. Who would scratch it out? I'm guessing it was like a fire, because it was a factory. Jeb was hit hard by the loss of his wife, but remained steadfast in his attempts to grow the family business into something worth the tragic cost of the lives it had taken. Jeb's drive became somewhat of the family trait after his passing a few years later, as did Sarah's discomfort with the business. In the generations to come, a dogged dedication to the company or queasiness with their ill-gotten wealth became the two defining characteristics of the Thornton clan. Even the most beloved family members eventually had to choose a side. The ghost, oh, the ghost. Jeb and Sarah. Oh, we can make some tea. One sugar. Delicious. Oh, I just took some oranges for some reason. No doubt come in handy. Okay.
It looks like the painting is missing.
Franklin Thornton. Cotton. What is this? Ghosts are scared of oranges. It's a bit dark in here. Who are you? I need to lean forward. I also need to I need to clean my screen. Jackson Thornton. There's dust everywhere. Let's just wipe that off. There we go.
What's that smudge? It almost looks like something was painted over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just atmosphere. It's a complicated lock, but okay. Let's go up the stairs. Oh, have I gone? Was that up the stairs? I'm confused. I thought I went down this way. Okay, I didn't. Oh no, not a manual. It reminds me I have to play The Deadly Device, which is a game I've started on my own but never been able to finish because it's ridiculously hard. Because it's like physics. Portable electronics are a driving force in the modern age, but the history of the battery can be traced back to 200 BCE. Oh wow. And the so-called Baghdad battery. Discovered in the 1930s during an archaeological dig, the Baghdad battery is a clay vessel containing a copper cylinder and an iron rod, which show evidence of corrosion. This object is believed to be an ancient battery, most likely used for electroplating. While today's batteries are more advanced, they use the same basic principles. There are three main components to a typical battery. The two terminals made of differing metals are the positively charged electrode known as the anode and the negatively charged electrode known as the cathode. The third component is the electrolyte, which separates the terminals and allows the charge to flow between them. The basic design can be created out of common household items. Making homemade batteries. This does not seem like a good idea though. Coins. Mix a 1/4 cup vinegar with 1 tablespoon of salt. Cut a paper towel into 1/2-inch squares and soak the squares in the vinegar solution. Starting with a penny, alternately stack pennies and nickels on a plastic plate with a square of the vinegar-soaked towel between each coin. End with a nickel on top. Attach one terminal clip to the bottom penny and to the other terminal clip to the top nickel. Do not try this at home, folks. Potato. Take a potato and insert a steel nail approximately 1 inch into the potato. Then insert a zinc-plated nail to the same depth as Oh dear. This reminds me of that rocket puzzle in Venn, but yes. That's the only one that I really messed up. I got it right. Mine didn't collapse, but it did take me a little thinking. Then insert a zinc plate nail to the same depth as close to the steel nail as possible without the two nails touching. Make a circuit by connecting a terminal clip to each nail and begin charging. A larger circuit made by adding connections across multiple potatoes will increase the charge. Okay, maybe you can try that one at home. Fruit! Oh my gosh, is this what the oranges are for? Using acidic fruits, e.g. lemons, limes and oranges, press 1 copper coin and 1 nail into each fruit. Connect all the fruit together in a row by attaching a positive terminal clip to the nail in one fruit, and the opposite negative terminal clip to the coin in another fruit. Attach the final positive and negative clips to the electronic to be powered. Soda? I'm not going to be making any electricity with liquids. Oh, and here are the fans. Open an aluminium soda can and pour the contents into a glass. Cut out a thin strip of aluminium from the can and another one from copper flashing. Cutting both strips slightly longer than the glass is tall. Place the aluminium and copper strips in the glass against the opposite sides. Attach the red terminal clip to the exposed edge of the aluminium strip and the black terminal clip to the exposed edge of the copper strip. Using cider vinegar, fill a glass until nearly full. Cut out a thin strip of copper flashing and one of zinc, cutting both strips slightly longer than the glass is tall. Place the strips in the glass against opposite sides and connect an alligator clip to the exposed end of each strip. Make a circuit by connecting a terminal clip to each metal strip. Oh my gosh, I'm English.
I don't have all the parts I need.
We have some oranges.
I need to find something to remove these nails.
Okay, I can't even see what I'm clicking on there, so... This... Oh, there we go. I can see the nails now. I've shut the curtains. Much better.
This must be the missing painting.
Turpentine. Oh, we can use that to get the painting. It has a layer over it that we need to remove. We should get your fan photo in the next Nancy Drew game. Oh my god. We'll play the newest one. We need to play the absolute newest one at some point. I doubt they even have them in that. Coins? We're gonna make another battery. Oh. It's like weights that we need to collect. Thornton Family Cotton Processing. This door is from the barn that housed the equipment for processing the cotton. Many a worker lost their fingers. Oh, in the processing room. No, Nancy is a different person. A different voice actor for Nancy. I think pretty much everyone. I think they were pretty... I really like the... There's like one voice actress for Bess. Like the one who's in like the later games that I love. Oh my god. That was a person. I hope. Okay, where's the missing painting? Here it is. There you go, Franklin. You're back.
Did that.
I need a cloth or something to get this.
I can't pour this directly on the painting.
Nancy, be brave for once. I have no idea if the voice actress wanted to go or she was made to go. But I don't know. I like her. I think she sounds way older than Nancy's supposed to be. Nancy's supposed to be like 18, but it's kind of charming. Okay, what was this called? The Thorntons of Black Rock Island. The last flight of Karenina and Dodge. Like Anna Karenina. Roger Dodge, as he was known to his friends, never let his difficulties stand in his way. As a child, he found that he was defined by a persistent stutter that would follow him throughout his life. He'd often state that his difficulties with speech led him to be somewhat a shy child. He grew to be a bookish young man with deep love of the language. Despite his great intelligence, he struggled to find his place in the world. That changed when he met Mariana in the spring of his freshman year. As a boy, he wrote in a letter sent to a long-time friend, "I felt sorry for myself because I couldn't speak. Now I only feel sorry for those who cannot listen. Mariana knows how to listen, and she's taught me how to be heard." By all accounts, Mariana was quite taken with Dodge immediately. According to an oft-told anecdote, Dodge once proclaimed he would love her until the day he could say her name without a single hesitation. On the spot, she declared that she was henceforth to call her Mariana Karenina. The joke solidified into a nickname once the couple decided the scandalized reaction she received from the stuffier members of the Thornton clan. Always a bit mischievous, Mariana was never quite in step with the rest of the family. She was known for her wicked sense of humour and often envied for the privileged position she held. Usually the first person that relatives would turn to with a problem, Mariana led the family through many troubled times. But the real trouble began on a stormy night in the middle of winter. Mariana had been asked to meet with the head of a small agricultural company the Thornton business had been hoping to acquire. The papers had been drawn up, but there was still some uncertainty on the part of the company's owners, Madrigal's stock and grain. Mariana was tasked with assuaging their worries and getting the papers signed. Roger, as usual, was at her side. One can only guess their last moments together. This we know. The small prop plane crashed in an empty field after running into an unexpectedly strong storm. All 4 passengers died on impact, along with the 2-person flight crew. Those who knew the pair knew that at the very least they must have been relieved to have each other's company in those last moments as the plane fluttered down from the sky. God. The gaming website I watched got her voice actress to do a couple of voice lines as Bubsy when they played Bubsy 3D. What is Bubsy? That's cute. Oh, a PlayStation game. That's cool. Yeah, this Nancy Drew game is dark. There's like workers who've died in a factory accident. And then this. It's a really bad game. Yeah, it does not look good. And the fact that I haven't heard of it when I used to play my PlayStation religiously as a child. Every platformer. I can get my hands on. Hercules was my favourite though. I don't know why. I liked collecting coins, I think. Crash Bandicoot though was also a favourite. Okay, so we've met 2 people.
What's up?
What do you think of Clara?
She's just a little severe until you get to know her.
And then?
I wouldn't know.
She does seem a little tough to get to know.
I think it's an act. Come right down to it, she keeps the family and the company from falling apart. She can't afford to look weak.
How did you and Jesselyn meet?
I saw her one day and thought, this is the girl I'm gonna marry. And then I threw a rock at her face.
What?
Like, metaphorically?
No, I was just a kid. I had a very limited game book. She still has a little scar. You can see it when she smiles. I'll never live that down.
I imagine things improved from there?
We became best friends. Then we grew up and became what we are. Or were. Or...
It's a bit soon to be saying were. She's only been gone a little bit.
So you and Jesselyn must have dated for quite some time.
Actually didn't start dating until a year ago.
Really?
We both dated other people, but nothing worked out. One day Clara had enough and sat us down and said, everyone knows you're gonna get married. Go to it already. Jess was mortified. I took her out to the coast since that always cheered her up. We talked through the night, and by the time the sun came up, it just stopped sounding so silly.
It's kind of cute. When are you going to stream Bubsy 3D? Never. It's a cute name though.
Goodbye.
Bye.
There's no denying it. Wow, I can't believe how much better I can see now I've shut the curtains. Thornton Family Cemetery.
Hey!
Ah!
You're not Savannah.
No, but you must be Wade.
Is she with you? Are you the new assistant? What's his name, get canned or something?
Logan? I don't know. All I know is that she thought I'd be the right person for the case. She's not coming.
What did you just say?
She said she was sorry to send me, but nothing could get her to come here.
I never took her for a coward.
Well, she seemed pretty scared of the ghosts.
Ghosts? No, that ain't it. She's scared
yeah.
of seeing me.
Ooh. Ooh.
I hope Savannah understands the mess she dropped you in.
What kind of mess?
Take a look around and then you tell me. Who's more welcome here? The living
And
or
paint
the
thinner.
dead? Anyway,
A notorious
Savannah had
poison.
a package sent. I guess it must be for you. It's up in the house.
From what I understand, the Thornton family business is very successful.
Yep. We got money and all the trouble that buys.
Who else is here?
Clara.
I
That's
like his
Jessalyn's
jacket.
mother. Colton, her fiancé.
Anyone else?
Depends what you mean by anyone.
Any other alive or verifiably real people?
No.
Okay, so it's just the three of them.
What do you think of Colton?
I do not like that shifty little punk, but I have said that about all Jesse's boyfriends. With him, I mean it a little extra. Something's crooked with the two of them together. I don't know if she can see it or not.
Who runs the family company?
Clara?
Do you think that's fair?
No.
Would you like to run the company?
What is he in
Good,
relation?
sweet
Is he
nonsense,
Clara's
no.
brother?
Do not even imply that I'm after that to anyone.
Oh God.
Why aren't you in the house?
I'm only on the island because Jessalyn's missing. Nothing's gonna get me in that house.
Or Jessalyn's brother? Jessalyn's brother.
What's Clara's relationship to the rest of the family?
My cousin, Harper and Charlotte's cousin. She lived with the girls after her mama passed.
Do you know Savannah?
I did, once.
And now?
And now I don't.
How did you meet Savannah?
We went to the same bookstore.
You don't seem like the type.
Nancy,
I'll take that as a compliment.
you don't look like
and
you
an
can read.
insult.
How long ago was this?
A while. Gone now. It was a little old dark place. Carried these musty old books. Stuff that didn't exist anywhere else.
What kind of stuff?
All sorts. But I was there researching our family. Savannah had this way of reading. Like there was something she needed to know real bad. One day I finally asked, "What is it you need to know so bad?" You know what she said?
What?
Nothing. She handed over the book she was reading and walked out. At first, I'm feeling a touch rejected. But then I look at the book.
What was the book?
That was the crazy thing. It was the Thornton family book of names. Births, deaths, marriage, and so on, going way back.
Why would she have that?
Why, indeed. I had to know. Took me some doing, but I tracked her down.
Okay.
So you met Savannah because she was trying to find Charlotte's ghost?
One of those people who met her was Savannah. Ask her, and maybe she'll tell you about it. After that, she became obsessed with Thornton Hall. We got to know each other. I fell for her like a Black Tuesday banker. In the end, the landing was just as rough.
Wow.
You said you were researching the family. Why?
After Charlotte died, that's when something I always knew came out shining so bright, I finally had to admit it. Long as it's been growing, the Thornton family tree's been split down the middle. The evil roots always trying to strangle out the good. I used to think I was on the side of good.
And now?
What do you think?
Well, I don't think I know him enough.
Maybe you're not.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah. I don't know. Just met you. This game, interestingly, I think it's the only one I've seen so far that has Steam achievements. It's kind of interesting.
What did you mean about the family being split in two?
You wouldn't know by looking around here, seeing the state we're in, but we're loaded.
What's that have to do with anything?
The Thornton family bought its money with blood, and not always our own.
And you think one part of the family have more to do with this than the other?
I don't speak ill of the dead, especially not when they're staring up at the soles of my boots. Look around. You'll see.
Okay, that book we read did say that there was like two sides of the family. There was like the one where they like the money and they are proud of their family's history, and then there's the side that do not like how they made their fortune and are ashamed of it. And so I'm guessing he's on the ashamed side.
Does anyone actually live here?
No one lives out on the island, but just on the shore.
Were you close to Jesselyn?
Everyone was. Everyone is. She's the bright spot of happiness in this whole miserable family.
Goodbye.
Adios.
Adios. Oh, I enjoyed that, and his hand movement to go with it. Rosalie...
No need to jump, just me.
Can you tell me about some of these stones?
I'll tell you what I can. But sometimes it's best to just look and listen. That there is Clara's mother.
Oh.
What can you tell me about her?
Not a great deal. She loved her secrets. Never even told Clara who her daddy was.
Why not?
Don't
Goodness.
know. When Clara was about 10, Rosalie got real sick. Every day Clara would ask about her daddy. I think she was afraid of being left to fend for herself. But Rosalie wouldn't say.
Okay. Ruby Newton, a spark at birth, a flame in life, a quiet ember in the night. Harper Thornton.
Harper Stone.
Harper?
Indeed. She ran away shortly after Charlotte died.
And
Long
who's
enough
Charlotte?
that we thought we'd lost her too. One day she walked in the front door looking wild and thin as a spring sapling. Never said where she was. Her granddaddy was so mad he left the stone to remind her of what she'd put them through.
Oh my god, she's
She'd
still
sit
alive.
out there and read. Don't know if it was spite or if it made her feel at home. Knowing her, probably both.
That's so grim.
This blank one is my favorite.
Why is that?
Who doesn't want a celebrity in the family? Especially one that rubs all the wrong people the wrong way. The Gray Lady. In the Civil War, they say she was a spy, passing codes for the North. If you look, you can find some of her contraptions here. Her service gave the Thornton family this land.
Okay. Charlotte. Who's Charlotte? Oh my god! You just looked at me! Thornton Cemetery, established 1866. This plaque honours those who found their final rest beyond the family grounds, including Franklin Thornton, born May 4th, 1895, died October 25th, 1917. Oh, that's not very long, defending his nation. Oh, he died in World War I, I'm guessing. Dedicated January 15th, 1918. You are a weirdo. Statue.
It's locked.
It's locked. Where's the Charlotte's grave? Did she...
Virginia, my mother. Rest her soul.
Can you tell me anything about
It's
her?
It's
Just
locked.
that I miss her, and I always will.
I wonder where they got that one from. Lee.
Luther, my daddy. Mama called him the king of slamming doors. He had a hot temper, but a soft heart, and no mind for business. He wasn't intuitive. He brought me out here to the stones at night. Taught me how to open my eyes, shut up, and listen. You rest well, Daddy.
Oh, here's Charlotte's.
That's Charlotte.
Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back. That's a sad inscription.
It was a sad time. None of us wanted to see her leave. We didn't expect it to become what it's become.
What? What happened? That's vague. Oh, this is the one we read about. How she found the factory workers all dead. Beauregard.
Beauregard Thornton. Mean old codger.
He walked over to say that. Okay. I think that's all of them. Right? Oh no, there's some here. No. I think we've looked at those. Phone calls making you miss story. So, we're just looking at the graves. Don't worry, pal. Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back. So this is the one that they all know her. And this one, she's actually alive. She went missing when Charlotte died, and then they put a grave for her, and then she turned up, and she's still alive. It is a grave situation. Oh, we need to call some people, yeah. Bess! Yes!
Bess's phone.
All right, bonus
Oh,
Ned.
Ned.
What are you two up to?
George is in New York.
But this is my favourite
So,
Bess
she got the
voice
internship
actress.
with that Technology of Tomorrow place?
Yeah, Ned and I were just planning a road trip for when you're back. I was in the middle of trying to convince Ned to grow a bad mustache so we can hang out in Brooklyn.
Not going to happen.
Someone has to, Ned, and George already said no. It was a really angry no, too. Anyway, did you make it to the island?
I did.
I've been doing a little research, and I can see why Savannah sent you.
Why's that?
If I believed in ghosts, I wouldn't come within a few hundred miles of Black Rock Island.
I can definitely see why. Even I have to admit it does have a certain abyss gaze is also into you vibe to it.
Put that on a billboard.
I've got your back. I've been reading up on missing persons cases and hauntings.
Really? Oh, that's great.
I, on the other hand,
Just
been
not
watching
sound
videos of
enthusiastic.
otters. So good at stacking things. Additionally, I've kidnapped Ned. I've been so bored since George left, and Ned's a very active listener.
Mm-hmm.
See? And he's also very quick to Stockholm.
Nickerson family trait. We like being liked.
Oh, thanks, you two.
Yeah, that's Nancy saying, shut up now.
There's something strange about Jesselyn's disappearance.
What's that?
There's no ransom note.
That does complicate things. But I've read that most missing person cases involve the immediate family.
You're right. I guess the best move is to keep the family talking. Maybe they'll let something slip.
Or maybe they're trying to tell you something.
How so?
Remember in Kyoto, you told me that ghosts are what people invent when an injustice can't be fixed?
Sounds me-ish.
If that's the case here, once you figure out what the deal with the ghost is, I bet it'll point right to Jesselyn. And if the ghost is real, then case closed. A ghost did it. If that turns out to be the case, please don't tell me. I like living in a world where ghosts are probably not real. I already have to vault into bed after every scary movie for fear of ankle grabbers.
Ankle grabbers. This is why we love you, Bess.
I met Wade.
I still say giving your child a verb for a name dooms them to a life of hearing mediocre jokes. What's he like?
He's got a bit of a rough edge. He seemed surprised that I came instead of Savannah.
What do you mean?
He wanted Savannah here, specifically.
Why?
I don't know, but I intend to find out.
Ooh, yay. So these are what we'll be calling Bess and Ned for hints. I love that.
I want to catch you up on the case.
So it's a missing persons case, right?
Do you think she's actually missing?
I don't know. I've heard of runaway brides, but I don't think that's the case.
If it's a missing persons case, why aren't the police taking care of it?
Well, they are, but since she's an adult, there's only so much they can do.
Ned was telling me about the ghosts out there. Do you think maybe they're related?
Actually, I believe in this ghost.
Ned, do I have permission to do a spit take in your living room?
No.
I'm doing it anyway. Say that again.
Please don't.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stand down, Bess. The Nickersons are a tidy people.
I wasn't really gonna do it, guys. Unless someone made me laugh. And this is that super red soda that's still on the market even though it's been linked to distractibility in 9 out of 10 Besses. Back to you. Are you finally trading in your Skeptics Club card?
And miss the dinner that probably won't happen this year? No way.
Bess.
People here believe in the ghost.
She's such a shining
If
light.
I don't take the ghost story at least a little seriously, I might miss something.
Smart.
Well, I hope so. I met Jesselyn's mom.
Poor her.
Assuming she's innocent, what's your impression?
She's reserved. Can't fault her for that, but it does make her hard to read.
I've never been a mom, but I have owned my fair share of fish. And no way anyone could take care of something and even think of... Nancy, it's too sad. Can't do it.
I owe it to Jesselyn to distrust everyone, even her.
I know. This case is like a big, fat, tall cloud of sadness that's sitting in front of me and using its cell phone when it's not supposed to.
We just got back from a pretty rowdy opening night screening of the Relation Shipwreck. It was really bad.
All I want is to see the screen and to not deal with jerks, to have a movie-style romance, and for no one to get hurt ever. Find her, Nancy.
I'll do my best.
Bess, you're so
Promise.
cute.
I met Jesselyn's fiancé, Colton.
Where's he fall on the cute to guilty spectrum?
That's not a valid spectrum.
Like fun it isn't. Oh, is this because Ned is on the line?
No.
I'm not calling off the dog. You're just going to have to find a way to tell me that balances the public's need to know with Ned's presumably fragile ego.
My ego is perfectly
Presumably
fine.
fragile
Is that
ego.
so?
Nickerson men laugh in the face of insecurity.
That's so, Neddard. A test. Nancy, describe Colton's looks using the International Ned Cuteness Unit. We talking half a Ned, 2 Neds?
You could say 10 Neds. Oh no.
1/10 of a Ned.
That's very nice of you, Nancy, but no need to spare my feelings.
Good, because an underappraisal like that means he's way better looking than you.
Let's refocus.
Right. Ticking clock, kidnapping, etc. How guilty does he seem? For
Knowing
consistency,
she's lying is even
your
worse
answer
than
is
telling the
yes.
truth.
Couldn't tell you yet. He doesn't seem as worried as I'd expect, but maybe he's the type to internalize his feelings.
Huh. So that's a thing you can do?
The boyfriend is statistically favored when it comes to crimes like this. Try to get him talking about the relationship. I studied that in preschool.
Okay, so I'm guessing we're going to use the tomatoes, oranges to charge the phone.
See you later.
Bye.
Well, we also have coins, so I don't know, maybe we get to choose our method. Oh, let's call the Addison woman.
Hello?
Addison? My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling to see if you can help me with something.
Is this about Jesselyn?
Yes?
I can't. I'm sorry.
The sooner we can find out what happened to her, the better her chances of survival.
Okay. I'll help with what I can.
How's Jesselyn's relationship with Clara?
Okay.
Boo.
Maybe a little strained.
How
We need,
so?
like,
Jeff
something
used
to get
call
the
her
nails out.
Chairman Ma.
A hammer.
Behind her back, of course.
Do you think Clara could have anything to do with Jesselyn going missing?
I don't think
Jess was afraid of Clara. But still, I can't say for sure.
What do you think of Colton?
What's to think? He's always been decent to me and Jess.
Can you walk me through what happened the night Jessalyn went missing?
She was about to get married, and I think the pressure of it was getting to her. It was supposed to be a night of blowing off some steam. Jess always loved a good scare. She used to make me sneak into scary movies with her when we were kids. So, in a weird way, spending the night searching for a ghost sort of made sense for a bachelorette party. At first, it was really fun. We were running around trying to scare ourselves silly. We were making these recordings like we were on a ghost hunter show. Then, things got strange.
Is there anything you remember that might help me find Jessalyn?
No. Actually, wait. Hang on. Upstairs, there was this door. Jess was desperate to get it open.
Oh, I know the
Between you
door.
and me, I was relieved that she couldn't figure it out.
Really? Why?
I could feel eyes on me all night long.
What were you doing at Thornton Hall that night?
A scavenger hunt, but I don't know. There was something strange about it.
In what way?
Jess was looking for something toward the end of the night. Kinda desperately. It stopped being fun. That's all I know.
How was Jessalyn acting that night?
She was classic Jess for most of the night.
Then something happened?
Yeah. We were in the house and suddenly she just screams. And then she's nowhere to be found.
What happened?
I was alone in the house, jumping at every noise, too afraid to move. It felt like hours. Then she came back. She wouldn't say what had happened. She wouldn't even talk to me. She wanted to be left alone. She went downstairs, and that was that.
You said things got strange. What did you mean?
It was her
What
and
is
me
going
up in
on?
that freezing house, and I remember thinking, I'll never get to sleep. But then I started to feel fuzzy.
Fuzzy?
Like I was underwater or something. And I noticed Jess was gone again. I wanted to get up and find her, but I couldn't move. It was like this invisible hand was pinning me down. I heard a strange voice. It wasn't Jess. Then it was the morning. I was alone and Jess was gone.
You said you heard a voice.
Charlotte. I'm sure of it.
Did she say anything?
She sang.
That's the
I only
recently
heard a
dead
little
one.
Would you consider yourself a believer in the paranormal?
If you'd asked that last week, I would have made some crack about Bigfoot.
And now?
And now I'm going to say that I don't believe. Because I'm afraid if I let myself believe, I'll be opening a door that no one can close.
Did you notice any secret passages or tunnels while you were at the house?
No, but it was so drafty in there, it would surprise me if there weren't.
Goodbye.
Bye.
The abrupt end to conversations are still here. I like it. Tea. Oh. Oh, here's the scavenger hunt. Survive until morning. Do we have to finish the scavenger hunt? I have no idea what that one is. Oh. Yeah, I'll take this picker. Sure.
Hello.
Everyone else seems to be avoiding the house. Why are you in here?
You'll think I'm crazy.
Not after the day I've had.
Fair enough. I guess I want to be close to whatever it is that took Jessalyn.
Is there anything else I should know that might help me find Jessalyn?
Yeah. Keep a suspicious eye on Wade.
Wade didn't seem all that dangerous to me.
He neglected to tell you about his time spent in jail, I see.
As a matter of fact...
Wade's a nice guy when he wants to be, and only when he wants to be. I'm happy we have another set of eyes looking for Jesse, but I do hope you know what you're getting yourself into.
I'd better get going.
Bye.
It's not going to be Wade then, because it's never the person in Nancy Drew who's been to jail.
Well, what do you think happened to Jesselyn?
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid thinking about it. I have a... My mind can get caught up in a real dark place. You know, when things around me get bad.
What do you mean?
Ignore me. I've been up way too long.
Do you know anything about Clara's past?
No. It's funny you ask.
Why's that?
I could tell Jess had something to tell me about Clara. She'd get so close and just stop dead.
She never told you anything?
I know Clara's mom died when she was young, and she ended up living with her cousin's family. But that's it.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay. Let's go confront Wade, and then we can also ring Savannah and ask her about Wade.
Hi, Nancy. Did you get the package I left for you?
Not yet.
Ask around. It should be there by now.
What have you been up to since we spoke last?
I've been teaching the road to know my wheels.
Are you working on the next book?
I've been running away from the next book. And an empty house that was filling up with chatty ghosts. But who knows? When I'm out of gas, maybe I'll have no choice but to listen to what they have to say. If they're interested, I'll send you a galley to proof. If they're not, guess I'll go teach.
I spoke to Wade.
I figured that might happen eventually. Can I explain, or are we beyond that?
I'm sure you have your reasons.
I do.
Wade said he was expecting you. Why didn't you tell me that?
I was going to come. I meant it when I told him I was coming.
But then?
But then I got scared.
What scared you away from taking the case?
To be blunt, the living Thorntons are just as scary as the dead ones.
Why?
They've dug so many graves on that rock that Death himself is on the Christmas card list. I can't help but wonder if they're misfortunate fools or just addicted to Sunday clothes and the sound of a spade taking a bite out of cold clay.
Jeez.
See you later.
Y'all be careful now.
Wanna hear a ghost? Check it out.
Have you always been a ghost hunting enthusiast?
I'm not exactly enthusiastic about the dead, no offense meant. But yes, I do find it interesting.
Why?
Life is a quest for truth, is it not? And death has a way of stripping away all pretensions.
That's pretty philosophical for a guy wearing boots.
What's wrong with
Northerners
boots?
don't have a lock on big thinkers. We got plenty. Like Roscoe J. Redbrook and the Gimbltucky Boys, and I dare you to say their lyrics don't equal those of the Greek poets. And we got that old guy with the white suit and the chickens. Point is, I like
Colonel
ghosts
Sanders.
because they show me what is,
It's
not what I
phasmophobia.
want to see. And wearing boots don't make you stupid. Makes you smart, if it's muddy.
Yeah, wearing boots. Boots are cool. Boots are fashionable. Violet, boots are cool.
Is it true that you have a questionable past?
You asking if I really went to jail? Yes. I advise against it.
Well, why?
It's not a fun place, and they don't let you leave.
No, I mean, why did you go to jail?
I know what you meant. I took a tour of the seasons. My debt is paid, that's all.
I'm not going to ask if it makes him dangerous.
I'd really like to know.
The nerve you got.
I know, but at least I didn't accuse you of murdering your cousin.
Do you have a key to the crypts?
Sorry.
Can I listen to more recordings?
Sure.
Memories coming back.
See you later.
Bye.
Nancy's a bit of a snob. How long have I been streaming for? I think we might call it here. We've got a good introduction. I'm gonna rest my eyes. Rest my lovely eyes. That was fun though. It was fun! I'm looking forward to this one. It's a bit more story to it, I think, than the last one. The last one was just mind-breaking puzzles.
Case?
Yeah. Case closed. Not quite. I'm seeing if anybody's streaming Nancy Drew, but I don't think anybody else is. Nobody's as weird as me. So I'll just end it. Thanks all. I'll see ya maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a sneaky one tomorrow. Because I'm intrigued by this game. I'm into it. So I'll see you when I see you. I'll decide when I wake up tomorrow. But I am very excited about this game, so I think I will. Okay, bye!